taking over in a sense on boards?
No, I thought it was huge for us. Going into the game, we identified, what we needed to do to have some success on the offensive end. One was take care of the basketball, and I thought we did a better job of that in the second half. Get to the free throw line. We needed to do that, and I thought we did a better job of that in the second half, obviously. And then second chance opportunities, we felt like, we could get some offensive rebounds, but we needed to be persistent in terms of going to the offensive glass, and we were better at that in the second half as well. And you mentioned Armando just being able to keep the ball alive and give us another opportunity to score and take time off the clock was just really huge for us.
To get 3 for 22 from RJ and Elliott combined and still win here, what does that say about your club?
Well, I mean, going into this game, one of the things that we consistently said to each other is whatever it takes, on both ends of the floor, whether it's, whatever it takes to get through the screen, to box out, to rebound, to talk on defense, to dive on loose balls, offensively, whatever it takes to come off those screens, to post up hard, to get second chance opportunities, to knock down open jumpers, to get to the free throw line, whatever it takes. And so, I think I mentioned it before, we've been in games like this where, you just had to find ways to be able to win. And just another gritty win for us, and I'm just really proud of this group.
Hubert, along those lines about finding a way, what kind of fuel did Cormac's first half give you guys with this shooting?
Well, I mean, we against Virginia, you're going to have to knock down some shots, and he was the only one that consistently was able to shoot the ball from three, and that was huge for us from the standpoint of him making them, but him making them, I think, stretched out their defense. And so when we had Cormac coming off those screens, they were so aware of where he was. We were able to get in the second half some baskets around in the paint because of Cormac and his ability to shoot the basketball today.
You were able to really limit their three-point clean looks.
Yeah.
What was the game plan there, and the fact that you can maybe leave some of their guys to pay more attention to others, how much does that play into it?
Well, that definitely plays into it. I mean, everybody does scouting reports and understanding personnel and how you want to play individual players depending on their strengths. And, Virginia's one of the best teams in the country, and, we try to defend them in a way where we can take away those three-point shots from their best three-point shooters and make them put the ball on the floor. And then other guys that do a better job of attacking the basket and scoring in the paint to make them be efficient from beyond three-point range.
I know there's not anything that jumps out in the box score about Jalen's first half, but how big was his minutes with Armando having the two fouls?
No, it's just huge. I mean, it's, again, whatever it takes. Having Armando get 2 fouls and having Jay Wash and James come in and help us rebound, defend, that is what is needed. This is a team. And with this team, everybody has an opportunity to step up when their number is called. And Jay Wash and James, I thought, did a fantastic job stepping in when Armando got into foul trouble in the first half.
And when Harrison has the big layup late in the game, coming out of the timeout, was there something that you saw that made you draw up that particular play?
No, I mean, obviously, we like the movement of that play. And, Cormac, had been shooting the ball really well, and so we wanted to put him in a situation where maybe he could get a look. But again, as I mentioned before, because of his ability to make threes in this game, he drew a lot of attention. And because of the pace and the speed that he comes off those screens, it left Harrison wide open right underneath the basket.
Here in the second row, then Jeremiah in the front row.
Yeah, Reese had 10 points on the game for UVA, but it seemed like y'all did a really good job of keeping him from getting all the way to the rim. What does that do to their offense when he's not able to get that penetration?
Well, I mean, he's their best finisher. I mean, he's really aggressive in transition, ball screen action, his ability to be able to get to the rim and be able to score and also distribute. And so I thought we did a really good job of contesting his shots when he drove into the lane, making them make tough twos, contested floaters, but not helping up the lane where it gave their bigs an easy basket underneath the rim. And so I thought, overall team defense was really good, and we needed to step up on the defensive end, and we were able to do it.
Jeremiah here in the front.
Hubert, obviously yesterday you were talking about, being, disciplined on defense, specifically with I guess, the style of offense UVA runs. And talking to the players, it sounded like in preparation, way in which you were, practicing defense was, kind of extensive, a lot of motion, a lot of moving around. Just kind of like what went into, I guess, the unique strategy, with that, against the way UVA kind of improves their offense.
Well, I mean, what is required, against Virginia, against anybody, but specifically UVA, was a full commitment on the defensive end in terms of whatever it takes defensively to get a stop. So if it means to defend one of their actions for 30 seconds, then it is what it is. If it's 5 seconds, then that's what that possession calls for. And so, that's something that we talked about at great length, about having a full commitment to whatever we need to do, not only to defend their actions, but to finish the possession with the box out and the rebound.
Anybody else?
Before you leave, there was an incident in the Duke Wake game of a player being injured after a court storming. I'm curious, do you have an opinion on court stormings? Like them, hate them? Haven't really given it a whole lot of thought.
Yeah, I would like to stay away from that. The incident that you're talking about, I wasn't at that game. I haven't seen any clips of it, and so, I think it'd be negligent on my part to comment on something I know nothing about.
In general, do you feel comfortable, safe in court storming situations, or?
It's not something I really think about. As the head coach of the University of North Carolina, I have a lot of things on my plate, and I don't really have room for that to be on my plate.
Adam, in the front.
Hubert, what were you talking about at halftime in terms of adjustments? You guys are up 10 by that point in the game, but RJ had not scored. Armando had set for 12 and a half minutes with the fouls. I think you shot 37% or something like that. I mean, to have all those things happening and you still got the 10-point lead, what was sort of the message at that point in the game?
Well, yeah, we did. We felt good about where we were after the first half, but we talked about where we could have been, because we had turnovers, we put them on the free throw line, we gave them second chance opportunities, and so I told them that we're in a good spot, but the most encouraging thing was that we can be even better, and I felt like that really got them going and really confident out there.
Take one or two more here in the front.
You guys are now sole possession of first place in the ACC. I know there's more basketball than you've played. That affect the mindset for the guys at all?
No, not at all. I told them to celebrate this win, because winning is hard, and I want them to enjoy this moment. And I said, as soon as we get back to the Smith Center and the bus goes right into the tunnel, now we focus on our preparation for a really good Miami team on Monday. Something that we've said throughout the entire year is there's more to be said and more to be done. And so we just have that type of mindset.
Sorry, Hubert.
I'm glad no one's going to ask you about the streak anymore.
Well, it's another streak. No, it is, and it's just hard to win on the road, especially for our program here. And the reason being is because Virginia is one of the better teams and programs in the country, and so we're very thankful and fortunate enough that we were put in a position to be able to be successful, and we're able to finish it out today.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.